So what I didn't know is that I would be able to read through the kits of Peacemaker, Judo Master, and Vigilante. Um, Kind of excited to get through these kits. I'm gonna try to do it quickly. Who are we kidding? Who are we kidding? I talk too much. You know I talk too much. I. It's gonna be quicker if we hurry up and get to the video. So let's just get to the video.
There is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, I'm Gravity here. This is a DC Rose Collide video. In this video, shout out to the homie Theonitis, and to his lady, and to the lady of the home. Shout out to his wife as well. But shout out to Theo because he was the one who let me know that in this, when there was an update yesterday, as of the recording now, I'm recording right now, August 27th, 7 a.m. Swiss time, CET. Basically, usually, or at least I didn't know, like when they released the new characters, what's up, Vocal? Just saying hi to YouTube. When they release the new characters, I'm not usually able to have access to their kits until they're actually like in the game, but they went ahead and put their character files in, which is awesome. Appreciate it. Love it. So I can go through their kits very briefly. Now I'm curious. I've been waiting like 30 minutes, 45 minutes ever since Theo told me, or Theo. I keep calling him Theo. I forgive. But ever since Theo, I'm going to keep saying Theo. Ever since Theo told me that we could, I've just been waiting because I needed the light for my green screen so I wouldn't come in here and let you in my house all janky, right? So now I'm going to go through all of their kits quickly. This is just like a surface level. How are they doing? I don't have the ability to play with them right now, so it's cool. We're just going to see what they got going. I still cannot get over his helmet. Okay, it has been years. On his basic, eat peace. Okay. Shoots an enemy dealing physical damage equal to 200% of attack. Peacemaker also inflicts 1 stack of armor break for 2 turns on level 2. And then the number of armor break stacks inflicted increases to 2. So then it's going to be 2 stacks of armor break sat down for 2 turns when you get to level 3. All right, pretty straightforward, basic. BFF. I almost said something very not YouTube friendly. Good old Peacemaker Jones. Calls for eagerly. Now, you guys have to forgive. I have not watched season 1 of... I haven't watched any Peacemaker yet. The only thing I know of Peacemaker is from like the end of this reboot / sequel / we are going to not acknowledge that we had a first Suicide Squad movie. But I have made a promise to the stream that I'm going to try to watch it. I guess it's going to have to be this week, I guess. At least season 1. As season 2 is coming out. So when I say eagerly, so uncertainly, it's because I don't know how to say that. Who circles the battlefield for 5 rounds. For 5 rounds. At the end of each round, eagerly swoops the enemy inflicted with the most stacks of armor break, dealing physical damage equal to... This is awesome. Wait, what? If Peacemaker is defeated before the 5 rounds are up, a devastated eagerly will exit the battlefield as well. That's so sad. That's so sad. He's just like, oh, and he plunges off. That's awesome. What the fudge is this? So this is basically a 900% attack. 750. So for 5 rounds, whoever has the most armor break, the eagle will attack for 150% of damage. 750% damage over 5 rounds. While he's still doing whatever. Okay. Eagerly will also inflict 1 stack of fragile for 2 turns on level 2. Eagerly now inflicts 2 stacks of fragile, which is the new debuff that is, dampen and just make it for physical damage instead. Okay, next is this passive where Peacemaker's helmet generates an energy shield. Grants Given what I think the helmet already looks like, saying there's a shield around it is not helping my imagery right now. Peacemaker's helmet generates an energy shield, grants him a 50% chance for a 25% reduction in physical damage taken. So the shield that he generates grants a 50% chance at 25% reduction in physical damage taken. But damage from enemy crit hits is always reduced. Okay. So if it's a critical shot, it's always reduced by 25%, regardless of damage type. So whether it's superpower or physical, that's cool. Oh yeah, definitely my commute is why. Physical damage reduction increases to 50%. Physical damage reduction increases to 75%. So 50% chance to take 75% of the damage from physical attack, but if it's a crit shot, doesn't matter, it's going to reduce the damage regardless. I'm liking that. I need to marinate on that more, but I'm liking that. But seeing as how we're trying to keep it quick, which this was never going to be. I lied to you, but you're already here now. You saw the time. You knew I was lying from the beginning. It's like the kid who had, okay. No wrong time to rock. Okay. Whenever an enemy is defeated, Peacemaker rocks out in victory, healing himself for 30% of his maximum HP. His HP, not his attack. And all allies for 10% of their max HP. At the end of the round, all of Peacemaker's allies gain 1 stack of shelter. This is stupid. This is really good. Whenever an enemy is defeated, Peacemaker... I'm sorry, I gotta read it again. Peacemaker rocks out in victory. That line we could have missed. Healing himself for 30% of his maximum HP. Good. But then you also heal your allies for 10%. Better. That's really good. I like that a lot. I'm happy to get Peacemaker now. Blast all enemies with a shockwave on activate sonic boom. That just reminds me of Guile from Street Fighter. With the shockwave from his sonic boom helmet. Yeah. Dealing physical damage equal to 200% of his attack. The shockwave now deals an additional 20% physical damage for each stack of armor break on the enemy. So it's relying on armor break. I like that too. Makes me think Batman. I keep thinking Batman and Gorilla Grodd. Actually, it's Sinestro. Sinestro as well. Yeah. Hold up. Fragile is going to count as a debuff as well. He might run really well with Grodd, Raven, and Sinestro. That might be what's up in the beginning at least. Until we get to the epics. I'm liking Peacemaker. That actually has me kind of eager to pull him. So, Judo Master. He's going to be a agile damage dealer. Oh, did I even look? I think that Peacemaker, if he's a mighty tank, we have a problem. Yeah. Because I have a lot of resources put into Superman. I mean, I guess they could run side by side, but anyway, okay. So yeah, self-heal, crit, control, armor break, silence. Judo Master may be short in stature, but not in martial arts skill. A mercenary by trade, he was first hired as a bodyguard for the Butterflies, and later by Argus. Sure. Okay, so coming off on his basic, Rapid Strike targets the enemy with the lowest defense and attacks 4 times, dealing 40% of attack as physical damage. So that's going to be 160, then it's going to increase to 200, and then it's going to increase to 240% as we go up in levels. Okay. I like the fact that he's targeting the enemy with the lowest damage. Just go ahead and get him off the field. A lot of times those are high damage dealers, so we like that. Peacemaker signature move. Okay, you can tell it's 1 a.m., but I've worked all day, painted. Oh, hopefully the fumes haven't gotten to you too bad. All right, target weak spot. So 50% crit rate against enemies with armor break. So this must be a passive. So he has a crit rate of 50% when an enemy has Armor break, it goes up to 70, then 100% as you go up in levels. And he is a damage dealer. So if the enemy has armor break, which, for example, back row. I'm thinking about those minions. Minions in the back row that are DPS, that have high damage. Let's hope they have low. Let's hope that they have low defense. Gorilla Grodd can put armor break on them from his ultimate, right? And then he'll target them. And then have a crit shot. Okay. Hardcore martial artist. Increase physical damage reduction by 15%. After being hit by physical damage, heal for 5% of max health. I like that. Max HP. Physical damage reduction increased to 30%. I don't like this. So he only has one real active attack, and then everything else is a passive. His ultimate, attack the front row 3 times for 100% and middle back row enemy for 200% of attack as physical damage. Let me read that again because I read it very awkwardly. Attack the front row 3 times for 100% and middle back row enemy, so the one right in the center, for 200% of attack as physical damage. Okay, so you really crack. This could go well with in Evil Falls against not Ultraman. Is it Power Ring? Because he'll target him past those constructs that are in front of him. Part of the reason why Damien is supposedly supposed to work there, but nobody uses him there. The back left and back right enemies also take 50% attack as physical damage. So they take far less, but they do get hit. They do get touched up a bit. Front row enemies gain 1 stack of armor break for 1 turn. Back row enemies gain silence for 1 turn. Or the back row middle. Okay. Still good though, because I do like silence getting out there. Yeah, so his ultimate target is Vixen, basically. Damage to the front row enemies increased by 250%. To middle back row enemies increases by 300%, and front row enemies now gain 2 stacks of armor break. Back row middle enemies now gain silence for 2 turns. Yo, you know what I need to do though? It's Ultraman. Okay, cool. It's Ultraman. Well, no, Ultraman. It was because you're trying to target the Kryptonite in the back. You're right, Theonidas. Appreciate you. Theonidas is on the ball today. He is on the ball today. I'm going to check something very quick. So
10 minutes later.
Okay, so I misunderstood what Spike was saying. And Ultraman is the one that you target the Kryptonite in the back row. And then basically Spike was saying that Vixen's ultimate works the same way as his ultimate. I also just checked. He is the one who has the team synergy. So Judo Master has the team synergy, and I'm already liking his kit in terms of damage. So we'll see how that goes. Now we're going to move on. Right on to Vigilante. So, Adrian Chase, driven by a desire for justice and to emulate his idol Peacemaker, really? You got it. Okay. It really says something about a person. If you're in a universe where like Green Arrow and Batman exist and your idol is Peacemaker, I think I don't want this epic on principle. Anyway, Adrian Chase acts as judge, jury, and executioner for the bad guys as the anti-hero vigilante. Okay. Shoots one random enemy in the front row and another in the back row. This is from Mr. Terrific, actually. Now that you got me thinking about other tunes like that, Spike. Dealing physical damage equal to 100% of his attack to each enemy. Enemies hit are inflicted with 1 stack of armor break. They're putting out more armor break than they are fragile. I mean, I know because Fragile's the new debuff, and they seem to be putting out a lot of armor break, which is making them run well with a lot of current tunes. I'm not complaining. Grenades out. Plays a deadly game of human bowling with the opposing team and a grenade. See, okay. This might be me playing Marvel Strike Force too much, but when they said human bowling, I envisioned him rolling himself up into a ball and rolling into everybody. They meant rolling the grenade. Very Cowboy Bebop style. Except Spike did it cooler. that last episode, and Spike lived in that last episode. Don't at me. All enemies. Do people say don't at me anymore? Isn't that like 10 years old? All enemies are caught in the resulting explosion, dealing physical damage equal to 100% of the vigilante's attack to each. Okay. With the enemy team shell shock, the duration of all stacks of armor break is increased by 1 turn. That redeemed this whole thing. I was about to be like very meh on this until they put that part in. If we're increasing the duration of armor break, I appreciate it. Only reason it wouldn't matter or it wouldn't do that great is if Mr. Terrific's on the other side and he's sending it back to you. Physical damage dealt increased to 150% on Vigilante's attack. The duration of the stacks of armor break now increased by 2. Okay, we like that. Next, high endurance. Vigilante's desire to impress Peacemaker motivates him to push. I really don't like Vigilante then. Really motivates him to push through the pain. If he's below 30% HP at the start of his turn, he'll heal himself for 15% of his max HP. That's cool. Vigilante self-heal now kicks in when he's below 50%, and then at level 3, it kicks. Vigilante now heals himself for 25% of his attack, of his HP. So once we get level 3 on this, he'll heal himself for 25% of his max HP at the start of his turn if he's below 50%. Like it. Just watched CB last night. Okay, so let's get to his ultimate. Gaps in the armor. Anyway, scopes the opposing team for vulnerabilities, then attacks the enemy with the most stacks of armor break. I like this too. Dealing physical damage equal to 300% of his attack. Vigilante also inflicts 1 stack of fragile. Oh, fragile suddenly being shown up in there. For every 2 stacks of armor break on the target, the fragile lasts for 3 turns. Vigilante now deals 10% more damage for each stack of armor break on the target. Fragile now lasts for 5 turns. Okay. I want him the least. I want to see a lot of what his kit does. I mean, it's okay. 1 stack of armor break. Okay, cool. I guess increase the duration of the armor break that's already out there. Cool. The self-healing thing is pretty cool. That's good too. But if you're sticking around and not for anything I want you to do, like, yeah. I think Judo Master is going to be, if it's like a Mr. Terrific situation, at the end of it all, Judo Master is probably going to be the one that you want. He's an epic, but because he holds that team synergy. However, I need to see the team synergy to see if it's really worth it. Truth be told, I do like the silence in the background. I do like the armor break. I love this increased crit chance. That's awesome. I think Vigilante is actually the weakest of the 3. But the one that I really, 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 really want, and I couldn't have said this last time, is Peacemaker. I want Peacemaker, and I will get him. I'll have him tomorrow. Should do. So he is a very good legendary from what I'm reading. I'm looking forward to his event. They have that showcase tonight that they're going to show. So yeah, I was not excited about him prior to this, but right now I can't wait. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I'll see you guys next time.